I shall be speaking about the professional indemnity for doctors today in this symposium. What is the scope of professional indemnity? It is to provide cover to the extent of financial damage for the loss caused to the victim against unintentional errors and omissions by the doctor, insured qualified and non-qualified employees and staff. It also covers the cost of defending oneself in the court of law, that is the cost of duty. The plan covers for a 1-year period. However, the policy does not cover for criminal proceedings. The compensation under professional indemnity policy is the policy will pay the sum assured, and that has been set as a limit, not over the limit. The expense over and above the sum assured has to be borne by the doctor. The sum insured is referred to as the limit of indemnity, and this limit is fixed per accident and per policy period taken. The indemnity insurance policies should be taken for doctors and hospitals with staff separately and should be renewed every year to meet the claims of the consumer forum. The indemnity policy, what are the options available to the doctors? The doctors can take policies in 3 ways. Number 1, Indian Medical Legal Consulting Services or such other professional protection groups that provide you the policy. Number 2, the Professional Protection Scheme of the IMA. And number 3, the professional indemnity policies by the national general insurance companies can be taken. So, the medical legal consulting services or other such professional protection groups, the medical legal company or professional protection groups, that is example AIOS, IMA, they have a tie-up, will take care of all medical legal problems and administrative problems, whereas routine insurance companies will only indemnify the consumer claims. They won't support you in your activity. You can have insurance with companies like Indian Medical Legal Consulting Services, and their website is given. They give support in given consumer litigation. They render services by giving insurance of a nationalized company like National Insurance Company, Oriental, or the United India Assurance Company. The guidance is also given in maintaining the medical legal records, how you have to maintain the records. So they provide round-the-clock guidance, not just in case of you getting a legal notice. They also give valuable advice, inspect documents, prepare documents, and give advisory support and advocate support in all stages of consumer cases, in all consumer forums and appeals till Supreme Court. And in the criminal litigations and in the Medical Council of India actions, the advice and documentation is also done. Whereas the National Professional Protection Scheme, what is the aim of this scheme is to protect the members and help them in case of harassment, litigation, etc., which may arise during the process of their professional practice. They also provide legal aid to the members of the scheme. The eligibility criteria for this scheme is only life members of Indian medical associations are eligible to become the members of the scheme. AIOS has a tie-up with the IMA for this scheme. So all AIOS members, if they are members of the IMA, can opt for this scheme. How does it function? It takes a non-refundable membership fee of 3,000 rupees. Any member can take multiple units. Like if you can take multiple units of 3,000 rupees to enhance your professional indemnity limit. So the claim amount should be proportionate to the number of units. The first year membership is 3,000, that reduces by 100 rupees each year up to 2,500. So for the first year, you need to pay 3,000, next year 2,900, like that, you reach the limit of 2,500 per unit. And what does it cover? The scheme is liable to pay to a member maximum of rupees 5 lakhs as damages for a single case, not more than 10 lakh rupees in a year. So if you take multiple units, for example, instead of 1 unit, you take 4 units, in such case, you get a cover of 20 lakh rupees. The concerned member shall obey any instruction given by the management of the scheme regarding the case. This is the caveat with National Protection Scheme. The scheme should not be made a party in case because the scheme is not an insurance company. There lies a difference between an insurance company and the National Professional Protection Scheme of the IMA. They can't be made a party to the litigation because they are not an insurance company. They only help you, they assist you in fighting the case, and in case you need to pay, you have to pay, and the protection scheme reimburse you for the same. And should the member be advised by the scheme to file a counter petition in case, suppose there is an out of court settlement, or if there is an adverse judgment against you, if the protection scheme feels that you have a valid case to appeal against the judgment, then you are apply and file claim for monetary damages and defamation, the member is bound to obey. In such cases, a compensation is ordered. Here lies another caveat. In case you win any compensation, 50% of the amount should be limited to the scheme after deducting all expenses. And finally, the doctor's indemnity, that is the national insurance companies. This anybody can take directly with the insurance companies. What does they do? They cater only to consumer claims. The indemnity, any act committed by insured who shall be a registered medical practitioner giving rise to any legal liability to third parties. And the insured includes policy holding and his qualified assistants and the employees named in the proposal. The policy is available for individuals, hospitals, and diagnostic centers. They have different policies, and they also cover the concept of what we call, like as Dr. Deshpande was explaining in his talk, the implication of the hospital is also taken care of. Like you can take policy for yourself, the hospital in such, along with all the consultants and all the hospital staff. The doctor's indemnity, there is one note and caution. The short policies are not permitted. You have to maintain the policy. These are all yearly policies and you have to keep renewing, and you can't take policies for a short term. They have to be live at the time of incident. All claims have to be legally established. However, the company can opt for an out-of-court settlement, which should be accepted by the claimant. The jurisdiction is all Indian courts, and for a group of 200 members or above, there is a group discount, and the calculation of premium, this is most important, depends on AOA, that is any one accident, AOA limit of 25%, 33%, 50% or 100%, and selected for any 1 year, that is AOY limit of indemnity. What it implies is, these two terms are very important for all the doctors to know. AOA, that is any one accident. Suppose if you take 25%, even if you take a policy for 1 crore rupees, for example, for each incident, AOA 25% means you can't claim more than 25 lakhs of indemnity cover. Whereas 33% means 3 cases in 1 crore. Or if you say AOA 100% means if you take a policy for 1 crore rupees, for that particular case, you are covered up to a limit of 1 crore rupees. So the premium varies. The premium will be less for 25% AOA and like that, and AOY any 1 year. So this is most important for us to understand. And another clause, the act has to be committed during the period of insurance commencing from the retroactive date and continued thereafter without a break. That means, like suppose you have taken insurance 5 years back, and now there is a claim after, say, after 3 years. So now what the company sees is, if there is a lapse in payment of renewal of the payment, that is like in general insurance policies or life insurance policies, you have a leeway of 1 month grace period to renew your policies, which is not the fact in professional indemnity cases. Even a 1 week gap, if it occurs, then the retroactive date changes from that day. Suppose there is a litigation for your procedure done 3 years back, and last year while renewing there is a gap. So your retroactive date shifts to last year and not the 3 years back. So what is important is the act has to be committed during the period of insurance commencing from the retroactive date. So from the retroactive date, whenever the claim is done, and then this policy has to be continued thereafter without a break. So it is always very, very important for all of us that there is no grace period in this policy. You have to understand, and should be mandatorily renewed before the due date. And this is most important for all of us who take these policies, and we have to renew our indemnity policies within the renewal date. Thank you for your patience here.